I'm a reluctant YouTuber. I've been feeling sorry for guys who started channels and were kind of nerdy and small and did, the thing, and then had success. These guys have trapped themselves. They get success and then that you can see, oh, I want to try this, and their viewers, their subs don't want to see that. So, oh, that one bombs. And so they go back to this. And all of a sudden, eventually, they put themselves in this tiny little box. They're part of that club, which is good for them. They are probably making some level of income, and some of them are probably only doing YouTube. I'm not going to sit here and tell you that if somebody sent me a piece of gear, which I could get. I have friends that work for manufacturers and retailers, and I could get it, but I just don't want to get into that game. Like, I was in the recording business. You're not doing Led Zeppelin, being stuck working on somebody's record who are very nice people, and I'm a professional, so I gave them everything I had, but at the same time I'm like, oh my god, the song, just fix that little spot and it'd be so much better. But it's not my place to say that. It was miserable. It just is. The point is, especially if you're a creative, I actually am a songwriting, record making person. That's how I got into owning gear and recording. And so I just couldn't do it. Part of what I've been feeling lately is sadness at these guys who are trapped. And then there's the repulsion at these guys who seem to like, it's their dream. They are succeeding because they're like, okay, what pretzel shape do I have to twist myself into so that Sweetwater will, and it's just gross. And what really kind of set me off this week was a guy who I call Barry Nerdballs. This isn't to pick a fight with him. You're never going to see this. But the thing is, his manner, yes, a little bit just kind of annoys me. But what grossed me out was, so last week was the new CEO of Guitar Center, right? And this guy got on there, and one of his things is he's gonna fight for the little guy, and all his videos are for the little guy, helping you. What's your strategy for this gear? And hey, you should look at this. But what it really is what am I trying to sell, right? And the Guitar Center video really just was the kind of a across the line for me, because he sits there and he's going on at him and talking tough to the guy. And then he says, and by the way, this video is sponsored by Sweetwater. And I'm like, Sweetwater, if I'm not wrong, competes with Guitar Center. I don't think he's dumb. I don't even think he's a bad guy. I think that his motivations are different than mine, which is fair. Not really trying to judge him like that. But the fact that he didn't see that as problematic was a problem for me. These guys who are going to shift and contort to make the algorithm make their channel more popular, that's smart, right? Yes, it's also gross. And I think that in particular, guys that are disingenuous about their motivations, and they'll say, oh no, I don't think I would get that piece of gear. I think I would try this. Yeah, no shit, because he's got a link below, and if you buy that, he gets a kickback, right? Those guys they're damaging to the vast majority of people who watch these kind of videos, which are newbies, right? Or amateurs, guys who it's a hobby for them. They don't own all this gear, but they want to own it. And the point is that they create destructive insecurity. And again, I've seen it since 1999. You watch those guys on the message boards who come on and dominate and say, oh, that sucks, or that's stupid, or I would never do that, or oh, that brand, blah, 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 blah. It's just stupid. And there's always going to be those kind of people, but I'm just fucking sick of it. Be honest, and this isn't a video designed to pick a fight, but let's go. You want to talk right into the camera at the Guitar Center CEO? Let's talk about some stuff that's questionable. Let's talk about some of the methods that you seem to employ that is clearly disingenuous. The problem with guys like this are that they eat up that screen space from really good, hustling, quality content providing people. So Warren Hewitt, you must know Warren Hewitt, right? I have respect for Warren. What I like about him is that he keeps trying to invent new angles and stuff. And, I remember there was a studio tour or something, and he wasn't there. And so the guys went through and did the tour, and it just kind of sucked. It's like, yeah, I saw it, but they didn't ask the right questions. It was more like, here, we put a camera in front of you, now studio owner, talk about your studio. And you don't get the best, like with Rick Beato, right? If he just sent the camera and say, hey, we're going to put you talking about yourself on my channel, that's not the same as, hey, I'm going to sit down with you and be Rick Beato and ask you all these questions, right? So anyway, I made a comment that, man, I really kind of missed it. And Warren himself messaged me back. So I respect him. And I respect him because Manny Nieto, right? Manny and other people that are smaller people, Warren will put on his channel and give them a venue and try and publicize them, and he's helping them. Look up Manny Nieto. But anyways, I think that on the whole, Warren is a much better example of how you can be selling speakers and microphones and interfaces, but in a way that is not gross and sleazy. All right, so listen. So my channel is a 0 channel. I don't have a single video in 8 years that has 9,000 views, but the one where I shock myself with a 9-volt battery and go, gah, does. It's stupid. And that's what I'm talking about, the algorithm and these guys that are shills. YouTube is in a low point at this point in time. And so how can we, you and I, help? I was thinking about it. I'm like, man, here's what you should do. It would help me. Here's how you could help me. When you come and watch a video, even if you don't watch the whole thing, you're not interested in it. Because I don't have part of why this channel doesn't even have 494 subscribers and not 500 is because you don't know what you're going to get week to week, and that's fine. It is what it is. But the way that you can help is type something, type a comment. What I propose is just type SUAR, shut up and record. Just type SWAR in the comment. If you go to another person, go to fucking Barry Dickhead. Honestly, I feel sorry for going so hard on Barry, but he really annoyed me. Barry, if you do ever see this, I apologize sincerely. You're not a bad person. You make me want to retch a lot. Anyways, leave a comment on his that says SWAR. Because that'll be funny. But basically, just engage with people of all YouTube channels and any genre because they need it, and it takes so much time and effort to make even remotely interesting YouTube videos, and to make bad YouTube videos, it takes just as much time and effort. There's a lot of ways that you can support channels, small, obscure channels, and help them to keep making videos.